There's 13 worst Hampton Bay ceiling fans. Number 13, the Carriage House 2. The reason why these are bad because their blades sag and they make scraping noises. I'm going to show you what these look like. Hampton Bay Carriage House. The Carriage House 1s are good, but Carriage House 2s are just, yeah. I'll go see what these look like. Yep, that's them right there. It's one in like a bronze. It's brushed nickel. Polished brass. White. With some brass on it. Number 12, the Devon. The reason why the Devon's bad because they're wobbly and noisy. That's the Devon right there. They also look kind of ugly to me. Number 11, the Huntington 2 and 3 and the Colby. Okay, I'm combining these all three into one since they all are like the same. Huntington 1s are good though. Huntington 2 and 3s are bad and the Colby is bad. Well, that is because the blade sag and the why it's on the Colby is very hot. I'm going to show you what these look like. Huntington. That's the Huntington 3. And that's Huntington 2. The only difference between the two is that with the Huntington 2, there's a 3 bulb light kit. And with the Huntington 3, there's a 4 bulb light kit. That's the only difference that I can really see. I can't spot other differences. And look at the Colby. Colby looks the exact same as a Huntington 2. But an easy way to tell them apart is the shades they use. There's the Colby right there. Russian Fazbear's Colby. Oh, not YouTube. Number 10. Landmark 3 Plus. Only applies to the 42-inch version. 52-inch version is okay. The 42-inch version is bad because they're noisy and wobbly. Fans House, etc. has one in the TV room in that house. It used to be very noisy, and thankfully they fixed it. But it still doesn't excuse these. In that same guy, in Fans House, etc., also has 3 in his guest house, and they're just 2 of them are very noisy, and they're very wobbly, and the other one is just wobbly, not noisy, just wobbly. So yeah, these fans are trash. Oh, I almost forgot to show the picture. That's the 52-inch version. That's the good one. That's the 42-inch version right there. They only come in white. And that's boring. It looks like... Hope they were about to destruct that fan. It will deserve it. For being such a bad fan. Well, this Fans House, etc. is landmark in the TV room. Yeah. I'm kind of like copying. I don't care if I'm copying. I'll show you what these look like. Number 9, the Whittleton. The reason why these are bad because they make scraping noises, they're wobbly, and their blades snap off. These are really dangerous. And they're not very versatile since they only come in one color, and that's white. And they look very ugly since they're ventless. Number 8, the Blair. The reason why these are ugly because they're noisy and ugly. See, that thing looks so ugly. Like, I'm gonna count ugly as to make a ceiling fan bad. It's just that this fan's noisy. Number 7, the heroin. The reason why these are bad because they're noisy and sometimes they don't even work. So, my grandparents who live in Athens, Alabama, has 3 of these on their deck, and they all are pretty noisy. And there's one that the channel of random fans filmed. I think it's at their beach house. I don't know if they have a beach house. If it is, that's probably where it's at. But it didn't even work at all, even though it was probably new. And then they replaced it with an HTC Ultra. I'll show you what the Hampton Bay heroin comes in. Or looks like, I mean. White one and the rubber bronze. Why do you need a remote? It's really the pull chain. There's also one in the nickel steel. Where is it? Number 6, the Larson. The reason why these are bad because they're noisy and their chain snaps off since they have a bolt shake like kit. Number 5, the Waterton. 1 and 2. Both the 1 and 2s. The reason why these are bad because both models, both variations, wobble a lot. The Waterton 2s look pretty nice. Look pretty cool because of a light kit, but they are bad fans because they wobble. And the Waterton ones, they absolutely look ugly since they're ventless. Yeah, they're ventless. Especially they're white with black brackets. That's what makes them ugly even more. That's the first generation, the ugly one. And the second generation, the cool looking one. And look at this. This is even Walmart. What a piece of junk. Yeah, both the Waterton 1 and 2s are bad. Some random fan enthusiast, I don't remember his channel name, but he filmed a Waterton 1, I think it was at a church, and it wobbled like crazy. On high speed, he needed to put one of his hands on it to keep it from probably falling down. It would just be so scary. Number 4, the Carousel 1 and 2. The reason why these are bad because they actually smoke on high speed, probably because of the cheap motors in them, and they're noisy. I think Carousel 3s are good. They're good. The Carousel 1 and 2s are just bad. Carousel 2, Carousel 1. It's not the actual carousel, it's just a carousel wide kit on some random builder fan. That's Carousel 2. Hopefully they were. And thank God it looks like it's in bad condition. That's what it deserves for being such a bad fan. I wish these were better quality because they look cool in the pastel colors. Number 3, Grating 2. The reason why these are bad because they're noisy, wobbly, and they're a fire hazard. Here's a video of a Grating 2 burning down a house. How crazy. It's the second generation, that's bad. Yep, that's the second generation. That's the first generation, just because why not? The second generation, absolute trash. Yeah. This one's even missing a blade. And doesn't have its light shade. Number 2, Fairfield. The reason why it's a bad fan because it's a fire hazard and it's ugly. Well, that shouldn't be considered a thing that makes ceiling fans bad, ugly. The fire hazard sure is. So this thing is a fire hazard. Don't buy it. And they're probably discontinuing anyway, so that's good. How ugly that is. It's ventless. And number 1. Number 1 is the Medioid. The reason why these are bad because they're a fire hazard and the capacitor dies fast. So they're 2 at horsepowers. I think this is high school. And one of them caught fire and almost killed him. And almost tried to kill him. It tried to kill him and the other people there. And that was not good. I bet. I hope those have been removed or replaced by more ceiling fans. I hate seeing ceiling fans being replaced by light fixtures. That one ceiling fan that I filmed that my neighbor scrapped, I bet they replaced it with a light fixture. And I'm not going to be happy if I found out it's a light fixture. I'm going to show you what the Medioid looks like. Yep.